Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a reading for the mutable signs. So that is our Sagittarians, Pisces, Geminis and Virgos. I am a Virgo sun, so I feel like maybe that's why I was drawn to do mutables next. I've already done a fixed signs. This would be good for about, from what I can tell, maybe a month or so. This is probably a monthly energy check-in. So we'll get started. I'm not sure what sign I'm going to start with. I'm feeling Pisces. So yeah, let's get going. Hi all my Pisces. Thank you for tuning in. I literally, just as I was about to press record, my hearing, ringing started in my ears, or one of my ears, my right ear, like lost its look at that, starting with the Page of Cups on the bottom with Pisces. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to do a shortened version of a Celtic cross. So Pisces. Okay, let's see. It's interesting that like the Virgo's here because that's the opposite sign. So the Pisces is over the other side of the table. Okay, what is the situation for the Pisces? What is the situation? So we've got the Five of Pentacles. So either you've been feeling a little bit sick and under the weather, or there's just been this feeling of being out in the cold and having no one to turn to, or having to fend for yourself, not being in a very good energy. But there's something shifting about that being a five. You know, fives is all about change, and it can be conflict as well. With it, you've got the Ace of Swords. I'm not sure. This doesn't feel like the crossing card. This just feels like an extra energy. So there is some clarification coming to this situation here, but I don't see it. I'll have to get some more cards, but I do feel, feel a bit shaky actually. Don't usually feel like physically shaky when I'm doing readings, but yeah, some physical shaking. So maybe that's, you're feeling a little bit anxious. Lots of new ideas and lots of new beginnings and ways of thinking. So it might have to do with changing your perspective on your finances as well. Let's see what's blocking or crossing you. What is crossing the situation for the Pisces? So again, yeah, this comes and talks about the work and sort of your finances and things that you're building on, waiting for things to come into you. So having to wait for your hard work and for your money to come in rather than it just coming in really easily. So subconsciously, we've got a lot of anxiety. You might be staying up quite late or unable to sleep because of what's going on. This sort of lack feeling is permeating other areas of your life. Okay, and in the recent past, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So we do have perhaps believing this sort of energy behind of the Queen. She's able to provide for her household because she's in touch with her finances and her what is the word I'm trying to think of? She's very grounded, and it comes from her. This is very Taurus Venus like energy. Like I feel that she's very in control of her finances, and she yeah, it's sort of like that money aspect of having material items. Perhaps I feel that this is an energy that you're leaving behind, and that is why you feel like you're in this place of lack, because the Queen isn't there to support you, or you're not having that supportive energy from the Queen anymore. crowning you, or above you, your outward projection is justice. So there is some sense of you're trying to keep everything fair on an even playing level. And I do see that people feel like you are being very fair and you're letting things come to light. I'm just watching, it's very interesting. I'm watching a candle right now. I have a candle going, and it is one of those ones that drips the wax down. And as I said, there was something that you're bringing to light. It's like all this wax ran down and pooled at the bottom. So yeah, there's like this emotional sort of release for to uphold the truth. It's a very emotion, like tied into your emotions there. Let's see what's in the near future, what's coming towards you. So we've got the Ten of Wands. So that talks about that burden and that heaviness. It's like the weight of the world on your shoulders. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be ending anytime soon. Because even though this is a 10, he's still doing a lot of work to uphold the 10, right? So there's a lot of hard work still being poured into this situation to come out the other end and to get to the finish line. Because with the Five of Pentacles here, you've got the Ace. So you do have a beginning and a new start of something, or you got these new ideas coming in to help bring you out of that energy of that lack. But I do see that in the future, it might take just more effort than you're thinking it will. Yeah, it might go, it might feel like it's like going bit by bit, like it's like a tap, like a dripping tap, like you know how only one drip isn't going to really do much, but if you collected them all into a cup or a bucket, it would fill up. So yeah, I do see that there's some kind of ending and beginning here, and there's some kind of change happening, but it's to do with the finances. I definitely feel it's to do with the finances. It's definitely keeping you up at night, and it feels a little bit burdensome as well. So let me see. I've got to go over to these cards. I'm going to clarify the cards for you just to get some more information, see what's going on. Clarify the cards. Okay, so for Pisces, let's clarify this Five of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what the Five of Pentacles is telling us. Oh my gosh. So it's got the Nine of Wands. So there's something here, like I said again, there's two nines now on the table. This is like holding fast and holding a position. You know, like you've got the 9 and the 10 here, so there's some kind of burden and heaviness that you're having to withstand. Again, the Ace of Swords just came out, so there's these new ideas and beliefs that are coming in to sort of shift the way that you've been thinking and possibly update the way that you've been holding your defenses, or the way that you've been defending yourself and your energy for a while. So yeah, definitely some new beliefs, ideas. There's a huge amount of clarity being gained in this situation with the Ace of Swords twice, 2 times. Okay, there's a lot of new ideas and a lot of perspective. I do want to say that there's a perspective change, but I haven't had any cards come out for that. But it just feels like you've got these 9s and these 10s being thrown out, but the Ace is coming through so strong. Just indicates to me that there is a period of or this energy of things coming towards you and them being very clear and concise and you knowing what they mean. There may also be a period of rest or something that has to take place for you to take a little bit of time out, because it has been a lot. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, I do see a period of rest. So maybe when you're resting, you're getting these ideas and it's making you want to take action, but you just need to hold your position, and hold that resting position, and defend yourself maybe from a position of your home. So maybe making sure that you've got protection at home. Okay, let's see what the Seven of Pentacles is here for. So this is something that you've been waiting for to come to fruition. And this is what's blocking the situation or crossing the situation. So it's what's actually making the situation okay. Oh shit. Okay. They all wanted to come out. Okay. So the first card. Oh, okay. Okay. So we've got the Eight of Swords. I wonder if I can. No. Okay. So let me see. I don't know if I'll be able to get all these cards here, but that's the Eight of Swords, followed by the Three of Swords. So there's a lot of restrictions stemming from some kind of hurt, okay? Excuse me. There's definitely some kind of heartbreak that is making you feel restricted. Some kind of loss. Okay? So it's not... This is the Six of Pentacles. It's not allowing you to maintain that give and take, and that equality that you're hoping for. There may have been something that has been trying to be taught to you, because I see that here again with the Hierophant, that there is some kind of lesson or something that you've been trying to be taught during this process. It might just require a lot of patience. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry, I did my camera was getting overheated because the sun was on it. Excuse me. So sorry. Might be something you've been wanting to say. I'll just say this quickly. With two Aces of Swords here, and I feel like I keep wanting to clear my throat, or feel like I need to clear my throat. There might be something activated with your throat chakra here, where like because the Ace of Swords, the swords is not just about our mind and things in our mind, but it's the way that we communicate and the way that we speak, okay? So you've also got here a sense of needing to speak your truth, especially with the Justice at in the outward projection. There's a lot of speaking your truth. I'm speaking these ideas into being or into existence. But it's coming from this waiting energy, okay? So like I don't know if you can see his face. No, not really. Okay, so I can't see his face, but he's like quite like he looks very apathetic and very bored. It's like he's waiting for this energy to come in. But it's just a lesson at this stage, okay? So I do see this like reaping what you sow, or like reaping, waiting to reap what you sow, like you yeah, so you've sown the seeds and you're waiting for the results. And from this here is like something that's feeling very restrictive. It's caused you a lot of pain. I don't see I see there's a lot of give and take, and there's some kind of equality needing to happen in the situation. It feels like there's not equals, or there's not a balance in who is here. I have no idea what that means. And then the Three of Wands is just like you're waiting to take this globally. You're waiting to take it and make it and to take it somewhere, but it's not it just seems to be like you're learning the lesson still, and you're still learning and learning and learning. There's a Seven of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So again, yeah, it's that waiting energy. There's something that you're learning here that you have to wait for. So let's go back to over here. And I want to know why the Nine of Swords is here. The Queen of Cups. So this is like your own emotional intelligence, or your, I'm seeing this as a sense of the person who's the Pisces, right? Okay, so this is the Pisces energy coming forward, and you know, that very empathetic, intuitive person, but she's pouring out her cup here. Okay, so maybe there's something like you're like that's that anxiety. It's like you need to keep pouring into your own cup. If it hasn't been filled, it needs to be filled. Okay, that's sort of like the message it's saying here, because if you're getting all that anxiety and all of that anxiousness, yeah, it's like, see, I said change perspective before. It's like you're gaining a different perspective on something, and you're sort of sacrificing yourself for it, for some reason. So you need to stop doing that, and you need to start putting more effort into filling your own cup with the Queen of Cups here, just to ease that anxiety and that sleeplessness you might be feeling. So in the recent past, we have that Queen of Pentacles, which I feel is that sort of securement, secure. So they have on the Queen of Pentacles, they have the, from what I can tell down here, there's a goat head. So that would make her much more aligned with a Capricorn rather than any other energy from the other earth signs. Okay, so we've got Six of Cups, and then as I said that, like as the card was laid out, like part of my wax of my candle just fell off. So I'm not sure if that's confirmation or something. Here's the wax. It's one of those like little drippy candles. And now I've got wax on my finger. It has something to do with like your past. Someone that's from either from the past or an energy from the past, or it could just be saying this energy was brought up from the past. I'm just getting, with the Six of Cups here, I'm getting a sense of it being something from the past, which makes sense because it's in the recent past. But okay, why is the Six of Cups here? It might just be moving away. Like it might just be saying that you know, today when I've been reading, the word reconciliation keeps coming up with this. So it could be a reconciliation of coming back to that energy, and returning back to it. See how she's giving a cup there. There's like all this give and take happening in this reading, and this fairness and this equality is being, I'm just seeing an equality and equalness sort of to everything. Yeah, there's some sort of completion here with the world. Okay, so there was, in the recent past, there was some sort of completion and attainment, and it might mean that you're going back to repeat the lesson. You know how all of that those lesson cards came out with what's crossing you, might be something to do with that. Okay, all right, let's get a few more cards and then we'll, okay, so with the Justice, it has come out with the Two of Swords. So there's something that you're not seeing, but you're able to basically cut through all of the misinformation or what's, yeah, so you're able to cut through, like with these swords energy right now. Swords are up, scales are balanced, swords are up, defending against this defending energy. There's some kind of yeah, there's some kind of truth. You're able to see the truth and discern, like cut through. This is the second time that the Seven of Wands has come up. Okay, it's very interesting. It's again a defensive energy. This is sort of like a going after, like a, this one is like going after what you want, sort of fighting for it. But yeah, outwardly you're able to just cut through. Basically, I'm just seeing you sort of cutting through the bullshit and you're finding the truth. And others around you might be trying to tell you other things, but you're like, no, stop. Like, I know what the truth is. I know where to go. I don't need you to lead me there. I don't need you to show me the way, because she's wearing a blindfold. She is able to trust herself, and where she places those swords. So before I move on, the Queen of Pentacles did come out as well. So if this is a representation of a person, a Queen of Pentacles would be a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus. I get major Virgo vibes with her though in this deck, which is interesting because I just said the Queen of Pentacles here was the Capricorn, but she gives me Virgo. I don't know. So again, this might be a physical person that you're having to, or you might still be emulating this energy outwardly, even though you feel you're in this place of lack and something's not working out for you at the moment. So yeah, just, I do get a sense of, okay, just put those down for a second. Actually, no, what I want is to clarify the Ten of Wands. Okay, so let's clarify the Ten of Wands. So you might be returning or still be in that energy of the Queen of Pentacles outwardly, and that's what you're projecting outward. Okay, so with the Ten of Wands, we've got the Devil. I'll get another. This is again feeling restricted by something, feeling bound by it. This burden that you're seemingly going to have to carry, or that's coming up in the future. Like, you're going to feel very restricted by it, and you're going to feel like you can't escape it, and that it's going to be, you're going to be bound to it in some way. I'm feeling just getting a lot of that bound energy rather than just feeling restricted but bound to something. Not sure if I'll get anything else other than that. I get a more clarification for the Ten of Wands. Another clarification card. 2-2. It was just 2-2-2-2 on the, which is interesting because as I said that 2-2-2-2, the King of Pentacles has come out. So we've now got a couple on the table. So if you're a Pisces, Sun or Rising, this is probably, I should have said this at the start, but it's probably best to be an Aries, not Aries, bloody Pisces. Pisces, Sun or Rising for this, or anywhere where you have major planetary energy for Pisces would also be helpful when you're listening to this reading. But we do have the King and Queen here now through our clarification cards. So again, there's so much Capricorn energy coming out in today's reading. I just feel like the earth signs I've been reading today have been Capricorns, but we're doing Pisces right now. So I just feel like there might be someone that you're dealing with that is, or going to be dealing with, that's a Pisces, or you're going to be stepping into the energy of the King of Pentacles, but you're going to feel quite bound to it. Instead of feeling like you're in this nurturing, protective energy from the Queen, you might feel like you're in a bit of authoritative, or like a little bit overbearing at times, or a little bit too much discipline. Just thinking about that Capricorn energy that's coming forward here, might be feeling very overwhelmed with work as well. I do get that coming through, and feeling like you're stuck in your work role. Let's see. I think that's it for the tarot. That's it for the tarot. I will get some oracle. Okay. So this is the Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. So we've got fecundity, which is rain. I've had this one before. It talks about cleansing and about growing new things once you've cleansed. So if you're in a cleansing period right now, try and listen to that. And it's number 8, number 35. It reduces down to 8. I haven't noticed, apart from obviously the clear aces and the few 9s and the 10s, there's really not any other yeah, there's definitely a completion here and you're starting something new. Connection, the biome. I really like how there's this sort of fluidity and sort of like oneness coming through with these here. And then you've got fury, bushfires. Okay. And then we've got another 8. So we've got the biome was 44. So you've got 2 8s and you've got a 10. So again, you're like reaching like the completion stages of whatever is happening at the moment. Might be a great time for creation and for like connecting with the natural world and connecting with things around you. Especially if it's in more of a like a global sense, like doing things on a more community based spirit or sense instead of an individual sense. But there might be some anger and a lot of rage or something stemming up around these sorts of feelings, especially to do with not being able to sleep or get good rest. But I think I'll leave it here. Thank you so much for Pisces for watching, and I hope you join me next time. Bye. Hello, my Geminis. How are you today? I am about to get started with your tarot. And then yeah, I mean, my mind has gone a little bit blank, so I'm guessing you're ready. Let's go. Let's see what the situation is. Okay, I'm going to just going to shuffle first. Bear with me while I shuffle. I don't really have much to say at the moment, which is interesting. So I will say though, if you are a Gemini, this is going to work best if you're a Gemini sun or rising, and if you have strong planetary energy in Gemini. So let's get started. Let's see what the situation is for Gemini. What is the situation? What is the situation for Gemini? Whoa. One card. So you have a lot to say. So we've got the King of Wands as the situation card. So this could either be a person, or it could be a energy that you're stepping into or that you're around, such as the King of Wands would be someone who's very passionate, very motivated, goes after what he wants. He does have a lot of like romance, sort of that sort of budding side of love in him. So a lot of creation comes from the King of Wands. He's like a very business-minded person as well. What's crossing him is the Two of Cups. So I definitely feel like this is because I'm doing Gemini, and Gemini is going to appear as an air sign. I'm assuming that I'm speaking on some sort of love situation at the moment that has to do with another person, particularly if they're a masculine energy, but they're just going to be someone who isn't probably a fire sign, so Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And I do see that there is either choices that you're making or some kind of love connection with this person, and that's what is crossing you, is the love connection. So there's something going on here with that. So in the subconscious, we've got death. So there's some kind of transformation taking place. And you're just not aware of what it is at the moment with death, it being in the subconscious position. But there's definitely some kind of rebirth. Rebirth is happening. Then we've got in the recent past the Four of Cups. So you're moving out of this energy, or you have moved out of this energy of feeling left out, feeling like you're not, I always take this as like being left out of things and not being invited. But you've got in the outward projection, you've got the Five of Swords. So you've got definitely changes happening. And you might be changing your way of thinking a lot, but you might also be like being a little bit cruel to others, or a little bit mean-spirited. So just be mindful of that, because this is your outward projection. So this is how you are acting about the situation. There's also something here about having everything that you want, though. So there might be some kind of, not deception, some kind of trickery, or like, I have one up on you, like, haha, I have this and you don't. It's all to do about what you have. But try not to stay in that energy too long. It's not very nice. And if it's just a change, if it's just that people are seeing the change in your perspective, he's got two swords up in the air. He's got two swords up in the air. He's got one in his hand. There's two more on the ground. So think of that is interesting, because it's considering that you have the Two of Cups here crossing you. Let's see what is in the near future or the outcome position. So truth prevails in some kind of way, and there will be something brought to light. So if there is some kind of trickery, or someone's like, you're being not deceptive, but you're trying to trick people and sort of take things that they have, that's one. There's two energies with this card. One of them is that you're tricking yourself and others into believing that you have more than what you do. So and that you're also in the energy of trying to take as well. See how he's taking from the other two people. Yeah. And then there's another sense of it, of where like you're so yeah, by itself I get a sense of this. Yeah, there's this like trickery or something to do with like, I have more than you, haha. It's like you have something up on the other person. I don't know how to say that, but it's like you really also are like, I have everything. Like you're like, I have obtained what I need to obtain. So they're coming through separately as well, but there might be a change, because this is a 5 and this is a 10. There might be a change of like your thinking into something that's more abundant. Okay, and then we have Justice. So some kind of truth will be coming out here. So if there has been if the truth hasn't been told for some reason by you, it will be coming out. So just be careful of that. Yeah, just be careful of that, because it's going to cause a lot of anxiety, a lot of insomnia. So Yeah, I do see whatever this truth is, it's going to become, it might be quite shocking, it might be a bit of a revelation. So it got this came up on the bottom of the deck earlier while I was shuffling as well. So it's the three of wands. So there's all about a bit of an expansion and growth on like that global scale, you know, like wanting to explore the world and wanting to get out into the world. Let's go through and clarify these cards. I want to clarify all the cards, please, for Gemini. So first thing we're going to do is clarify this King of Wands. I want to see if this is a person or if it's got to be a person. It's the first thing that I felt was that it was a person, especially with the Two of Cups here. That would be you and another person involved in some kind of emotional connection. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, okay? So I'm getting Leo energy, first of all. So Death card came out. It came out with some other cards, but I didn't feel they weren't adding anything at the moment. So if they come out again, I'll read them. But you've got the Death card. So again, there's that transformation. So this might be a big change in career for some of you as well. With the King of Wands, might be starting your own careers and starting to step into your own power. Might be happening during Leo season, this transformation. It might take place in Leo season as well. I'm also picking that up for some people. Your accomplishments will be highlighted during that time. And if it is a person, that means that there's going to be some kind of change in the relationship where there'll be some more or better recognition for you or for the other person. Like there'll be a celebration for you of some kind, from what I can tell, like a homecoming. All right, let's see what the Two of Cups here. Can I please have the Two of Cups clarified? I swear to God, if this clarifies the Two of Cups with the Two of Cups, that's definitely a situation, like a, I would have to delve closer to a, here we go, we've got the Page of Swords. So maybe there is, I always associate this with Aquarius. Aquarius to me talks about technology and things like that. So a lot of people will draw on that conclusion and say, you've got the Nine of Swords showing up again on the bottom of the deck. So this to me would indicate some kind of some like impulsiveness and rash, like impulsiveness and being like really rash and impulsive. I know I keep saying that word impulsive, but like see how he's sort of positioned, like he's like really ready to like take flight, ready to defend his position and have a fight. And it's like that sort of impulsive nature of like squaring up rather than thinking about what you're doing and your actions, because it comes back to this Queen of I was gonna say Queen of Water, Queen of Cups. Maybe you need to drink some water. I'm not sure. I mean, they're both drinking, aren't they? So, or it could be that this energy, there's Aquarius energy. I'm getting Scorpio. I don't know. I always think Scorpio, but I'm also feeling Cancer. So I'm not sure why, but this just could be, I'm picking up on astrological placements. The pages to me are often a moon sign. So if you're a Pisces with an Aquarius moon, or the person you're seeing has an Aquarius moon and they're a water sign, I don't know. There's something there about it. But apart from that, I do get the sense that you're being, like you feel like you've got to keep tabs on this person, or they're keeping tabs on you, and in some kind of way, because this person is also very curious and they want to be very watchful. Aquarius rules technology, so you're talking about social media and being an online presence. But this is, again, like I said this in the Pisces, she's pouring her own cup out, and it's very interesting for a queen to be doing that. So because you've got 2 cups here, if someone's pouring one of them out, it means that they just don't really seem to care about the connection. So that might be why there is some kind of change coming in with the connection. As we can see there with death, which I will now get a clarification card for. Let's clarify death, please, in the subconscious. What kind of transformation is taking place? What kind of changes are being implemented subconsciously? Okay, so we've got the 6 of Pentacles, so this might have to do with schooling, just because she's a teacher, she's teacher-student relationship, so I thought I would just bring up there could be a change in the way that your in your schooling, or where you go to school, or where your children go to school. Not getting like this has to do with children, but because it's a teacher student, I just get student and school rather than child. But there is some kind of balance being kept, some sort of give and take going on. I'm assuming that this is coming from the subconscious to the conscious mind. I would need the High Priest. I am seeing the High Priestess. So yeah, I feel this is more of an intuitive give and take. So it's sort of it means that you're receiving information that's going to be helping coming from your intuition, that's going to be helping this transformation take place. So once you start to get into this energy of things changing, you start to notice more signs and synchronicities, because it's sort of allowing, like, it's sort of acknowledging where you are in your path. We've got the Sun, so extremely positive, optimistic, hopeful outlook here. Yeah, everything looks really good with this transformation, and it's taking place exactly how it's supposed to. Okay, so we had the 4 of Cups clarified by the Tower in reverse. I don't really take reversals, but it flew out completely in reverse. I'll show you the card a little bit closer there. So it was like there was this destruction of this sort of what is the word I'm looking for? There was sort of like not a community, but it was like a group dynamic. So what I'm getting is like see these 3 cups here? It's like you're always watching 3 other people or 3 other cups have their fill, and you're like, well, where's my cup? How come I can't put my cup here? But the universe is like offering it to you. You're just not wanting to take it. But this was caused by a huge change, and things, they might have changed, but not. Hang on, I need to pull out my Wizard's Tarot book, just because there we go. Yep, the Tower reversed. Fear of change, prolonged upheaval, obstacles, difficulties, losses, oppression, imprisonment, and tyranny. So yes, it says, first you must have to face the destruction, deal with your emotions, and assess what remains, then you can build again. Don't try to keep too much from your old life. Pick only those things that are still healthy and beneficial. So I feel like with the Tower and the 4 of Cups here, that this is sort of saying that, like, if there was connections that you were holding on to when all of this happened, it was just telling you to let go of these, because you had new stuff coming in for you. Okay, so this is an energy that you've moved out of, but I do feel that perhaps with this 5 of Swords energy that you're still, it's like you've gone from the 4 of Cups to the 5 of Swords, and it's like you can't, it's like you need to change the way you're thinking, because it's causing pain. to some degree. So let's clarify the Five of Swords. Clarify the Five of Swords. Clarify the Five of Swords. So it's a Ten of Pentacles again. Okay, so it outwardly, people might also think that you have a lot. You might be thinking that you don't, or yeah, there's no cards here indicating that you're actually out of sorts, or that you don't have what you want or what you need. So you don't need to take it, okay? So like everything that you have, you don't need to take, and you don't need to steal, or you don't need to have this energy of being one up on the other person, because you have everything that you need. So you don't need to maintain that lower vibrational energy. So some people can see that you have what you need, but you might be acting mean about it. You might be having like a bit of a mean streak, or this is your outward projection. So I'm seeing like a bit of meanness here, but you have everything that you need. You have everything that you need and want. Okay, so let's move to clarifying justice. What is justice in the near future for? The Ten of Swords. So there's some kind of ending, completion here. You got the 9 and 10 of Swords here. Can I have the clarification for the 9? Or no, there's another one for the, yeah, 4 of Cups again. So it has to do with the situation of feeling left out again. Like, look, he can't see the cup up here behind him because he's just thinking about everything in front of him. So there is some kind of ending, and it really is going to hurt, or it's going to feel like there's been a lot of pain associated with this coming to an end, especially if it's got to do with your relationships or your friendships. Okay, there's a truth is coming out in something. So if there was like meanness on your end, it might really feel like you're going through the wars, because it might not turn out to be in your favor, if you're the one that's being the issue or being mean. But I see that you're kept up at night about this, so I do see that easing. I'm hoping that's easing for you. I'd have a sense of it will, because you've got that 10 there. You've got an ending. It's just to do with this feeling left out energy. It's like the Tower didn't finish exactly like in the past with that Tower energy and the 4 of Cups. Something didn't happen. It's like you didn't leave the situation. The 8 of Cups is coming up here in the outcome. You've got to leave the situation. You've got to leave something behind. There is something here that you're holding on to, that because you feel like you should be a part of it. But I'm just saying that it's like you don't need to be a part of it, because you're moving on to better things. And if anything, it's actually causing you a lot of anxiety if you don't stay. Like if you don't do this, if you don't leave, if you don't walk out the door to this connection, you're going to be stuck in, from what I can see, is a lot of anxiety. So positively, like, you're bringing in positive change, but it's going to feel very heavy and very not burdensome, but very heavy, and it's going to make you feel like you can't get enough rest and you can't get enough sleep. Okay, yeah, you got to maintain balance. You got to maintain your balance. Okay, you got to try and maintain balance. Meditation might be helpful for you at the moment as well. I'm just going to get some oracle cards and we will be done. Okay. So Gemini, what does Gemini need to know? Okay, so we've got hindrance. Fate has blocked this path for you. So this is sort of like what I was just saying, that like you've got to let go and walk away from this situation because you're literally being told not to follow it anymore. And if you're finding that you're having trouble like reaching out and communicating or being a part of this circle or this connection, this group, it's because Spirit doesn't want you to be a part of it. You don't need to be a part of it. There's something that you're a part of or that you're wishing to be a part of that you don't need to be, and you can move on. The shield, you are safe from harm. So you're being protected during all of this as well. So it is going to hurt, or it might feel like a lot when the ending or it does sort of come to a close. But you are very protected when this is happening. And then you've got the minstrel, let your intentions be known. So just speaking again, like the truth and your intentions coming out. Just be very aware of the way that you're communicating. I do feel that's the talisman that just came out. You're destined to succeed. So yeah, I do get a sense of there was a path blocked for you, or your path has changed from what you thought it was, and that you're being protected while all these changes are taking place, and they're very positive for you. You need to make sure that your intentions, if you don't do intentions, or you don't write down your intentions or your manifestations somewhere, it might pay to start doing that, and just be not careful what you wish for, but just keep in mind of like be mindful of what your intentions are, and how they will manifest for you in certain ways. Okay. Yes, but I do feel just be careful about who's around you and what you're putting your energy into, especially if you're tricking yourself into thinking that you don't have things when you do. Okay, so thank you, Geminis, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello to all my beautiful Virgos out there. I'm going to call you guys beautiful. I haven't done that with any of the other signs, but I'm a Virgo, so maybe I'm just channeling some self-love right now. So let's get started. We're going to do an amended Celtic cross, and I will just say before we start, if this is your reading, it's going to be because you're a Virgo sun or rising. I love how I split the deck and the King of Pentacles comes out. I love seeing Pentacles energy. Also, I just wanted to say, if you're feeling a little bit ungrounded at the moment, I feel like just getting out in the garden would be really helpful, just because like I was feeling a bit ungrounded, and I knew I had to come to these readings. So what I did was I just got out in the garden and I felt a lot better. I was going to do a meditation, but just being out and being present with the garden and nature really helped me. So if you're a Virgo sun, or especially if you're a Virgo moon, but this reading will work best anyway you have strong planetary energy of Virgo or Virgo sun or rising. Okay, so let's get started and let's see what the situation is. Situation for Virgos. What's the situation for Virgos? The Ten of Swords. God, you guys, come on. So something has ended here, and it's been quite an uphill battle. Like you've been through, battered, bruised. Death again. Okay, so death, the transformation is what's crossing you. Let's see what's beneath you and what your subconscious is aware of. So we've got the Magician. I love that. This is turning out to be very positive, even though we've started with the okay, so in the recent past, we've got the King of Wands. So I'm feeling initially that that's a person's energy. So Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Your outward projection, you've got your Nine Wands, so there's a little bit of that defensive and holding your position. Wait, no. Yeah, that's the 9. What was I reading before? I must have read before the 10. No, the 7. And what was the near future or final outcome? The 2 of Swords. Okay, so let's just break it down here. The situation is there's some kind of ending, and something has come to an end in a big way where it's been really painful or being really I want to use the word stringent. I don't know why. It's been really taxing. But basically this energy that you're in, this very heavy energy, that Swords energy, is because of this transformation that's taking place. And you probably won't be aware fully of what it is, because there's some things in your subconscious that are sort of hiding it, but definitely some kind of transformation is taking place, which is really awesome. And it's a big one. To have death there and the 10 of Swords, it means it's quite big, and that was a lot of hurt that led up into this change taking place. In the subconscious, you've got the Magician, so you have all the tools at your disposal for this transformation to take place, and you have everything that you need, and you know everything that you need to know at this current time, okay? And you're manifesting like crazy. Yeah, whatever is sort of appearing to you in your life is because you're manifesting it, okay? In the recent past, we have the King of Wands, so I believe this is a person's energy that you're moving away from. So that's Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. I don't know why I keep saying, usually I say the signs all in order, or in order, so it would be Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, but I keep wanting to say Leo second. So they're probably not an Aries, probably more likely a Sagittarius or Leo. Depends on the person. So you've got the 9 of Wands. So this is like that hold fast energy. So outwardly you're projecting your defenses are still up, and you're still keeping your wits about you. You know that the fight isn't over yet, so you're still waiting for what's next, okay? You're waiting. You feel like everyone can look at you and it is looking at you and is like, oh, you're through it, you're over it. And you're like, no, there's more coming. But this is just the energy you're putting out. You're like, there's got to be more coming because I've just been dealing with so much. But it looks like it's ended. It looks like it's ended. So even though you still feel like you're in this energy of having to protect and defend, it is over. In the near future or the outcome, we have the 2 of Swords. So we have some kind of decision being made. It might have to do, might be made using information from your subconscious, with your intuition, with the Moon card being here. But her swords are up, so she wants to speak and communicate truthfully. And she doesn't need to see to know the truth. Okay? So let's get some clarification here. I want to get clarification on the 10 of Swords. Please clarify. Swords. So the King of Wands must have been important for some people because he keeps appearing. Alright. So let's clarify the 10 of Swords. Clarify the 10 of Swords. So we've got the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Pentacles. So something that was like making you feel restricted, this ending, maybe it's making you feel like quite restricted, but it's allowed you to step into your own power and independence and be very financially in control. Sorry if you could hear that, it was a big bang. But yeah, I do get a sense of, and there's a butterfly There's a butterfly here in the card. You can't really see that, I'm sorry. But yeah, that is another indication for me that there's that transformation and that metamorphosis is taking place, and that it's allowed you to step away from the eight of swords and that restrictive energy into this more free free independence. Okay, so if you're feeling more independent and you're feeling like especially financially independent, it's because of the transformation that's taking place. Okay, so then we've got the Death card, we've got the Queen of Wands. Okay, so you might be coming out of this energy of that optimism, like that transformation that's taking place might be... Okay, sorry, did get interrupted there. So with the Death card, this transformation, it might have been taking... One, it might have taken place during Leo season, because this is, I get big Leo vibes from her. She's also holding a sunflower, so there might have been this sense of optimism and looking for the light and sort of staying true to the light during this transformation, and staying very optimistic and positive. We did just have in the Gemini reading, the Death card came out with the Sun card, which is very interesting that I'm now like picking up the Queen of Wands as sort of like that Sun optimism, that Leo. So this transformation might be taking place mainly during Leo season. I feel like I said that in the last reading too. So there must be oh, that makes total sense. So Venus retrograde in Leo, that would totally be a Queen of Wands energy. So that could mean that your transformation is taking place mainly around that time, and that you're going to be stepping into that sort of optimistic energy when the transformation takes place. Okay, I want to see what the Magician is about. Please clarify the Magician. So we've got the Queen of Swords and Judgment. So this, and there's an owl. I just want to point out there's an owl here and there's an owl here. So this is a lot to do with about your wisdom and your knowledge and what you are capable of, okay? And taking all of that wisdom and knowledge and ruling with it. And she's ruling with the sword down, so she doesn't need to communicate her truth, because she's probably able to articulate it without it having to be said. She's able to review and take account of everything that's happened in the past to move forward with the future, okay? And she does so maybe from not a place of compassion or love, or dependably or groundedness, I should say. But she's doing so from a very logical perspective and based off of all the things that she knows, not that she feels, okay? So you might be feeling you might be feeling more logical than intuitive at the moment, but that sort of goes for that sort of rationality that sort of follows Virgos. So but if you're feeling like you're being a little bit too cold, you're stepping into this Queen of Swords rather than the Queen of Wands, you will feel that warmth again. That warmth will come back, okay? I am getting that the warmth will come back. Okay, so can I clarify the King of Wands here? Clarify the King of Wands. So you've got a lot of kings and queens that have come out onto the table here. Okay, so King of Wands. Clarify the King of Wands. We've got the King of Pentacles. So you might be just stepping away from masculine energies in general. Okay, so, and then we've got the Queen of Cups on the bottom. But also the King of Pentacles could talk about a Virgo, but I don't feel that. I just feel that there is masculine energies that you're stepping away from. Yeah, I just split the deck and the Ten of Swords was there. And the World, yeah, so we've got a completion here. So there might have just been a closure of some kind of with these two people. I do want to point out that both of them have staffs. So because this is the Wizard's Tarot, basically all of the wizards and the people depicted have some kind of staff or wand usually. But usually it's only the King of Wands that would have the wand or the staff in depicted. But he has one too. Okay. Is there any other similarities? Not really. No. He's much more abundant than he is. He's more passionate. He's more abundant. That's really the only difference I can discern between the two. But you're stepping away from that masculine king energy. So that sort of stepping away from that protective what's the word? It's like you're sort of doing things, like that sort of go-getter attitude, whereas like you're actually doing, and the authority. I feel like you're rather than feeling like nurturing, protective, you're very authoritative and in sort of this rulership or leadership, sort of like you've stepped away from that. Okay, so let's see why the Nine of Wands is here. Why is the Nine of Wands here? Six of Pentacles. There's some themes coming out today's readings. It's all about give and take and transformations for all the mutable signs, which if this always confuses you, why certain signs, like for example, whenever I watch Scorpio stuff, sometimes they'll be like, you need to go look at the Leo reading. I have no Leo placements, okay? None. But the thing is with astrological timing and events, oftentimes the same modality, so for example, fixed signs will all sort of struggle with the same thing because of the way that astrologically the events affect them. And because you're going to have you're going to have similar aspects. There's going to be similar aspects. So anyone who's in a fixed sign or a mutable sign, if there is things happening in another fixed or mutable sign, for example, astrologically, it's going to affect them more. So for example, with all the eclipses that we've been having, it's been bouncing between Taurus and Scorpio, the nodes of the moon. So we've been having eclipses during Scorpio and Taurus seasons. And basically what this means is that anyone who is a Scorpio or Taurus will definitely be affected. But also if you're a Leo or Aquarius, it means that it's probably creating more of a harsher aspect to some of your personal placements. And that means that you can struggle during this time just as much as a Scorpio or Taurus would. So the fact that I'm seeing transformations come up here, endings, transformations, and give and take with the Six of Pentacles has come out in every reading, means that there's some sort of similar energy happening for all the people that are mutables. And that if it's especially if it's your rising sign, like your rising sign, it's going to affect you more because the rising sign is an angle in the birth chart rather than an actual planet. So it can be highlighted more via planetary actions, but also things like the nodes and stuff like that, and the smaller things. It's hard to, now I'm going off on a tangent, but anyway, so you've got this give and take. So there's like you're a very charitable person, and I do see that. This is the second time the Moon card has come out, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm thinking of another reading, but the Moon card has been coming out a bit. So I want to get another card for the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So there's something that you're maybe trying to let go of, and you're trying to give it to other people perhaps, so you don't have to defend your position. Like you don't want to have to hold on to this thing anymore. You want to let go of it. I do see that in the Four of Pentacles reverse, that you just want to let go of it. You don't want to hold on to it anymore. And if anything, holding on to it is becoming overbearing and too much. We then have also the Knight of Cups in reverse. So it could be that there's like this lack of, hang on, I'm going to pull out my, I don't know if I will get a, so the Knight of Cups is a warrior. They are quick, confident, immature, somewhat experienced, emotional, creative, intuitive, and reflective. So if you think about that, like, so King of, like, the Knight of Cups in reverse is definitely going to be immature. They're going to be inexperienced. They're going to lack confidence. They're not going to be emotionally mature. They might not be in touch with their intuition. So just keep in mind what you're holding on to and how it's affecting you emotionally, okay? And how available you are emotionally to other people. Maybe you're tuning out people. It has something to do with this Emperor energy, and maybe you're feeling a little bit, or maybe you're just stepping into a little bit of overbearing energy, or yeah, you're lacking that sort of empathy. So you're stepping into more of that authoritative sort of like control side of things. So just be really careful, Virgo, about how you're reacting from an emotional place and how much of your mind is controlling the way that you're doing things, okay? Especially with the two of swords here in the outcome. Let's see what that is about. That's the Two of Swords. Where's the Two of Swords here? Also, having the Nine of Pentacles come out with the situation card is great, because I always see the Nine of Pentacles as the Virgo. So we've got the Seven of Cups. So it's like, if you're trying to make a decision on something in the future, you really got to trust your intuition, because you're not going to be able to see clearly all of the options and what they hold for you. But you've got to make sure that you're ruling with that logic and that intellect. So you want to make sure that you're making the right decision. There's two choices here. You've got to go with your intuition and your subconscious and what it tells you, because there's going to be so many options that you can't rely on what you're seeing. You have to rely on what you're feeling, okay? Yeah, that's what I'm getting for that. Now let me get some oracle cards. Actually, no, I'm going to get words. Devious, not direct. Devious, deviousness, deviously, not direct, erring. So it's like devious. This is a very small dictionary, so maybe it just doesn't explain as much. Devious, not direct. So it means that, like, you're not being like direct with yourself. There's something, it's like if you're here, something keeps going around you, deviates, and doesn't want to come and talk to you directly. Patent, open, evident, protected by a patent, short for letters patent, an official document granting a right or privilege or securing the exclusive right to invention, the invention itself. Okay, so that's very interesting. Protected by a patent, an official document. So maybe you're creating something here. Conscious, having inward knowledge of, having the use of one's faculties, the state of being mentally awake to one's surroundings. So that's sort of like being in touch with your intuition and understanding what's around you and seeing what's around you all the time. I think that's all I have for you today, Virgo. So just really try and make sure that when you're going through this transformation, that you're not trying to think of it too critically, and that you're not stepping into this cold energy. You have, because the magician here, he has flowers and he has roses all around him, so he is full of passion. He doesn't want to come in and rule with just his intellect and his knowledge and be very cold about it, okay? He wants to move forward, and he wants to do so independently and do so, yeah. Just getting a sense of there'll be a lot of independence and freedom here, but you've got to sort of come out of this stuck energy, and maybe give and take a little bit more, you know. Stop trying to control everything is what I'm seeing mainly. Especially when it comes to your outward projections. You can't control how you feel. Maybe just stop being a little bit immature about things, okay? And I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye. Hello to all my Sagittarians. I'm about to do your reading. Let us see. We'll do a shuffle first of the cards. So, how have you been? I want to know why Sagittarians keep so busy, because my roommate is a Sagittarius, and he literally just doesn't stop all the time. He's just like on go mode, and it doesn't stop. But it's really helpful because it's like he's always doing housework. Maybe it's Capricorn, the Capricorn stuff he has too, because he's also has some Capricorn, which is funny. The devil coming through here. So let's get started for Sagittarius. Okay, so let's see what the situation is, hey? Let's see what the situation is. There's a few too many cards for that, but I do see what they're saying. I'll put them back. Let's see what the situation. What is the situation? You might be hungry. Okay. Just because I've just gotten hungry. I'm going to take these 3 cards because this is the second time that they've come out. Okay. So we've got the Nine of Wands, which is like keeping a position and holding fast. And we've got the Ten of Swords, which is all about endings and being quite painful endings and quite tumultuous. And then we've got the Two of Wands, which is thinking about expansion and planning to expand, especially on a global level, and seeing maybe just a lot of planning in this stage. But that's very Sagittarian card, the Two of Wands. So, you know, like Sagittarians would think about how to go out in the world and make their mark when there's sort of what he's thinking about. So let us go to what's blocking you. We've got the Hanged Man. So there's some kind of perspective shift happening. What's in your subconscious? What's in the subconscious of the Sagittarius? The Four of Swords. So there's some kind of rest period happening at the moment. It's probably well-needed rest, okay? What is in the recent past? So if your mind feels a bit quiet at the moment, it's just because it's trying to rest. In the recent past, we've got the Page of Cups. So there was some kind of offer. And in the outward projection, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. So with the Nine of Pentacles in the outward projection, this shows that there's something very slow and steady that you've been working on, especially if it's to do with some material items. This has been showing up for a lot of people as their home. So it could be something that you're a homebody at the moment, like you're staying at home, or you're working on your home in some way. And then we've got the Nine of Wands for the future, or the outcome cards for the near future. So this means that there'll be some very quick action taken towards something, that you'll be moving toward it with a lot of motivation, a lot of creativity, with a lot of passion. It'll be something that you're learning about, or some kind of lesson that you'll be moving into as well. So we'll move over here and we'll get some more clarification cards just to see what is really happening. So I want to know what's happening with these 3 cards here. What's with the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Wands, and the 3 of Wands? Can I please have clarification of the 9 of Wands? 9 of Wands was the first card. Okay, so we've got the 3 of Cups. So that talks about maybe if you're feeling defensive, it has to do with something to do with your friendships. Yeah, you've definitely been tricked or deceived of some kind, or there's been some kind of trickery and hurt here. Which obviously you can see that with the 10 of Swords. There's some kind of ending happening, and you've had to feel quite defensive still about where you're coming from. 3 of Pentacles has to do with a work situation or a group of friends. So it's definitely a group of friends or people that you interact with regularly or that you've done work with as well. There's some kind of with the 5 of Swords, I just want to get just a keyword from victory, defeat, humiliation, aggression, poor sportsmanship. So yeah, defeat. I just feel like there's some kind of friend, like, because you've got the 2 3s here with the 5, there's some kind of change and conflict to do with this. It had a lot to do with the way that you were thinking, because this is his swords. But he's holding 3 swords there at the front, so there's a lot of heartbreak and pain that comes along with this. She's got 1 sword, and then he's got 1 sword at the back. So, yeah, I just get a sense of this is a hurt to do with friend groups, and that there might be now you might be looking for what's ahead of you. So Sagittarius, why have we got the Hanged Man here? I feel like the Hanged Man is a great card for a Sagittarius to have, because they're all about learning and growing and sort of how can they do that differently. Ace of Cups. So I've got the Ace of Cups here. So that means that there is some kind of new offering that is blocking you. And it might be because you can't sort of move on from these other connections and you're still feeling the hurt from them, that you don't want to move forward with this change of perspective and this new opportunity. So I want to know why the 4 of Cups, 4 of Swords is here in the subconscious. What are you resting? Why is there a period of rest? It's like your mind wants to go quiet, and you might not be used to that. Yeah, getting a sense of quiet. Again, the 10 of Swords here. So yeah, there's got to be a period of rest, because you've just gone through a big upheaval and a big, like, not upheaval, but a big ending. So it feels like things have been like thrown up in the air and that you've been really hurt by it all. Okay, so if this got something to do with the Page of, so the Page of Cups would be, if this is talking about someone, it's talking about someone who's probably younger than you and is a water sign. So Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Can you please tell me why the Page of Cups is here? The Fool. And the Chariot. With the King of Swords. And the 5 of Wands, yeah. Okay. So there was someone that you have been fighting with. So there was someone that you've been fighting with. Might be dampening, they might have been dampening your spirit. I'm seeing you as the Page of Cups. And I'm seeing this other person as the King of Swords, someone who's quite cruel, very cold, very direct, doesn't beat around the bush, but they're very, very mean. They might be being a bit cruel about the way that they were talking to you. It was causing a lot of arguments and a lot of fights as well. But I do see that there was some kind of new beginning that wanted you to take take charge and move on. Okay, so it was like there was a lesson, some kind of lesson or some kind of learning opportunity here during this time to like know how to move on and like take the leap of faith to move forward very quickly and away from the situation, so you didn't have to stay around this energy. And you've moved on from that as well. Okay, so that's a good thing. And I want to know why the Knight of Pentacles is here now. I just went 10:10 on the clock as I looked up. So the King of Wands has come out, the World. So this might actually be a business opportunity or some kind of yeah, I'm seeing this as a business opportunity that might have something that ties back into your home potentially. But there was some kind of ending here. So you're acting as if you've completed everything that you need to. Oh, this is a Sagittarius reading, right? So we've got the King of Wands, that's you right here. So we've got the King of Wands. We've got, and also the Knight of Wands. We've got both, we've got a lot of Wands energy coming out in the reading. We've got the Knight of Wands twice because it's come out here, but it's also come out in the outcome card, okay? So this is really interesting. What we have here is some kind of completion that has been brought forward by your hard work and time, and everyone can see that this is that you have been working hard and that you've been going after, and you're very ambitious, and that you've wanted to go after what you've wanted so you can bring this all to a close and to an end, which I believe is happening for you now, and you're stepping into your power, and you're leading from a lot of you have so much passion for what you're doing, okay? And everyone can see that's what you're projecting outwardly. So like if people can see that you're very ambitious, you've got a lot of passion for what you're going after, and that you've completed and you've been completing things, and that you're still going after and obtaining more and more goals, okay? Which is a really great thing. Let us see what the Knight of Wands is in the outcome position. Why is the Knight of Wands in the outcome position? I just feel like this is like you going after your goals very quickly, and doing so with a lot of passion and fire behind you. You might also be searching for higher learning as well with the Hierophant in the outcome position. I do see that the Knight of Wands is more to do with some, like your material items or some sort of goals that you're going after. So definitely you're moving forward with a lot of ambition here and a lot of motivation, and something that really inspires you, okay, to create here. And the Hierophant, I just want to clarify, I do feel like that might be higher learning for some of you. Why do you want to come out? The Devil wants to come out. I want to get another card for why the Devil's coming out. Getting Capricorn energy, and I've got the Two of Pentacles. So it's something about maintaining your balance here, and trying not to feel like restricted. Like if you're the type of person that's worried about, or like you're going into higher learning. I've got the Two of... Okay, so that's really weird. We've got the Two of Cups and the Lovers both on the bottom. I was going to point out the Two of Cups because you had the Two of Pentacles here, so there's twos. But I was going to say there's a decision that you've got to make about about this higher learning, because it might be making you feel like bound, or you might be the type of person that doesn't particularly go after education because of the formal setting or the traditional setting that it's in. So there might be a choice to make here with the way that you're going about, like the twos and the lovers. I just get, instead of this being a love situation, I'm getting this is to be choices, okay? So there's some kind of choices and balance to be made when it comes to this higher learning that you're going after, or this higher purpose education, something there, okay? I want to get some oracle cards for you. So the first one, we've got rain. I believe Pisces had that one too. So you could have like maybe a bit of Pisces energy, or you could relate to that reading. But like I did say earlier, in the Virgo reading, this is air, motion. So there's movement. This is number 8, 35, number 8, and this is number 22. So that's number 4. Yeah, like I was saying earlier in another reading, there is sort of this, because I'm doing mutable signs, they all have the same quality to them. So they're all going to be experiencing certain transits astrologically at around the same time as each other, because of the way that the aspects happen between the this is plants growth. So I do get, like, see all that like up in the headspace. So I do get a big sense of, and that's 1 and 9, which is 10. So there's a ending and a beginning, which is all about growth, right? Would be that ending and beginning. But I believe the growth is coming back to this higher learning and this education. So it'd be really interesting to see astrologically what's going on for you if you're doing higher education. Because that's all about 9th house, and the 9th house might be getting lit up for you. So I'm all done here. So thank you for your reading, and I hope you join me next time. Okay, bye, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for watching the video today. I hope you had some great insight. And if you're still watching to the end, thank you very much. If you do care to, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.